This timeline is not the one. This is not the timeline to live in, but we're stuck in this timeline. Donald Trump, after starting the Iran war without cause, he's now saying that he's okay with ending the war in the next couple of weeks, even if it means if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. So before we had open trade, we have open transport through the Strait of Hormuz without the war. He started this war on behalf of Israel, and now we have an economic disaster developing with the oil market, with the energy markets. And it's pretty obvious that he's trying to manipulate the markets. I don't know who's financially benefiting from his speeches. I don't even know why the market's even listening to this guy at this point. It's absolutely ridiculous. And his administration is a complete embarrassment. Kristi Noem, who was a complete failure, completely incompetent as the Secretary of Homeland Security, of course she was fired, finally. She should have never been hired. I should have known this guy wasn't serious. But anyway, when he hired her. But anyway, she was fired, and we're now learning that it's possible that she was compromised. Her husband was possibly compromised. He was involved in drag he was doing cam. He was exposing himself on cam. It's just a bad look. I don't care about people's personal life. It's the fact that he could have been used to compromise her. That was my concern. And so this is all coming out. The Charlie Kirk assassination, the guy Tyler Robinson, who's being accused of murdering Charlie Kirk, well, that case had a recent development. Apparently the bullet that hit Charlie apparently doesn't match with the barrel of the 30-06. That 30-06 story never made much sense. If you have any experience dealing with, I had a 30-06, and I just thought that, wow, within 100 or 200 yards, getting hit by a 30-06, and that we would have saw something very different. I'm not a ballistics expert, but it was just hard to believe. So it wasn't surprising that it wasn't a match. I mean, how can they get a conviction with a development like this, for crying out loud? But of course, there's talk of 82nd Airborne headed towards the Middle East. More Marines headed towards the Middle East. There's talk of an invasion, a land-ground war in Iran. Obviously, Iran is many times bigger than Iraq. As far as its population, about 4 times bigger than Iraq. Its landmass, about at least 3 times bigger than Iraq. And it's a mountainous country, for crying out loud. A heavily mountainous country. A very, very mountainous country. So we're going to need probably 500,000, if not 1 million, if we plan on occupying the entire area, which we don't have. I don't know if their plan is just to take over certain islands, certain areas, but that wouldn't make much sense because the Iranians could still use their drones and their missiles. It's all within range, even short range, to hit American soldiers if they enter certain areas. We don't know what type of booby traps are set up. So it's a complete mess that we're heading towards. And of course, the economy isn't doing great. You have, what was it, Oracle laying off thousands of workers, many thousands of workers. Other companies following suit. So we have layoffs developing in this country at a time when the cost of living is just continuing to be way too high for the average American. 30,000 people. Oracle laid off 30,000 people. Thousands of people were notified via email at 6 a.m. But hey, at least the stock is up. Yeah, these are people losing their livelihoods, and I don't know if it's just AI, or I don't know if AI is being used as an excuse to get rid of people, but this is transforming the economy. It's bad things going on for the average American right now. And Trump, he's frustrated that the Europeans don't want to come to his rescue and help him with this Strait of Hormuz situation. Why would anybody want to get involved in that mess? Okay, he's talking about, well, you got to find a way to get your own oil now. It's like, this guy is so out of it, man. This timeline is not working out. It's not great. I mean, where's this going to lead? Megovich, or whatever his name is, a Russian guy. He used to be president of Russia. Medvedev came out and said that a nuclear confrontation between Israel and Iran seems inevitable. Nuclear confrontation. What is he talking about? Is he saying Israel is going to use a nuke? That wouldn't surprise me because their defense system is pretty much drained, and Iran's been able to hit them with drones and missiles, and just they've been able to hit them hard, and they don't have much of a defense. So at a certain point, they might get desperate enough to actually use nuclear weapons. And if that happens, how will the situation escalate? Will the situation escalate? I don't think Iran's just going to give up if the U.S. or Israel drops a nuclear bomb. I don't think that's going to happen, because I think most of their military infrastructure is buried deep in mountains, and you can just detonate nuclear weapons all over the place, but you still won't be able to put a big dent in what they have, especially if it's spread out throughout a massive mountainous country. So Trump might try to walk away from the situation, but he doesn't have all to say, because if Netanyahu says, hey, we're going to move forward, he's got to move forward, because I think he's going to do what he's told. And Iran might say, hey, we want to punish you for attacking us. We want to make sure you don't do this. You don't try to do this next summer or next year. Like I said, this might not be a great timeline, guys. We may have been better off with that Y2K timeline when, the computers and the whole system crashed because of Y2K. This timeline isn't looking great. Did you hear about that UN official, that NGO, director of some NGO, United Nations NGO, said just basically resigned because this individual was hearing a lot of talk about possible nuclear weapons and Iran, the nuclear option in Iran. It's absolutely mad. So we could be on the verge of something much bigger, and all I can say is we got to do our best to be prepared for it. I mean, I don't know how you ever prepare for something this extreme. So we have two proxy wars involving the United States of America and Russia. You have Ukraine, where the U.S. is leading NATO to back Ukraine and to fight the Russians. And then you have Iran, where the Russians are providing intelligence and resources to the Iranians to fight the Americans. You also have the Chinese involved as well. They have intel ships in the region. So you have these countries engaged in proxy wars. How long is it going to take for us to escalate to the point where we're going to have direct war between the United States and Russia and China? It's shaping up to be a really bad situation. So you guys share your thoughts.